Hi family, welcome back to Simple Taste by Stephanie. Today we're going to be making honey mustard chicken. All right, so today I'm going to be using a boneless, skinless chicken thigh because that's my choice of chicken for today. You can use a boneless chicken breast, leg, or any other part of the chicken you choose. Today I'm doing boneless, skinless chicken thighs, okay? So I have that chicken over on it's a 9x13 casserole dish for now. I'm going to be working on first preparing a seasoning for it, which is going to be like a chicken based seasoning. And then I'm going to also make the honey mustard marinade for the chicken. Okay, so let's start with the seasonings. Okay, so we're going to be doing, it's more of what I'm making is kind of like a season or a rub. So I'm just doing some salt, and I probably should have poured some salt in there. Let me turn this. I'll be doing some pepper, and I would say about 1/8 if you like to measure and not just pour. This is garlic powder, so that was salt, pepper, garlic powder. I have onion powder, paprika, a little splash of red pepper, and I have some parsley flakes, and I also have fresh thyme. You can use rosemary. I'm using thyme. It's dry, but it's still fresh. I'm just gonna scrape some of those leaves off of there. Not much, just enough to get that flavor in there. All right. Now I'm just going to kind of mix those seasonings in. This is kind of what that looks like. I'm just making my own rub, guys. If you like to get a chicken rub or meat rub that's already kind of mixed, by all means. All right, then we're gonna go ahead and set our rub to the side, and we're gonna work on our liquid marinade. Okay, so this is the honey mustard sauce that we're going to be also putting on the chicken. Okay, guys. All right, so I am going to start with 1.5 tablespoons of olive oil. We're gonna actually use 1/2 tablespoon of white vinegar. I'm gonna use 1/4 cup of honey. Okay, use pure honey. No imitations, guys. Don't shortcut yourself. And if you notice, I am measuring this one out. I usually like to be free-handed, but with honey, I like to be a little more precise. All right, so I got about 1/4 cup. I'm gonna pour that right in. And the honey might need a little help, so I'm gonna use a spoon and kind of scrape around and make sure everything gets in that bowl. All right, so we got our honey mixture so far. Let's move that to the side. And then we are going to add the mustards, okay? So let's first start with classic regular yellow mustard, tablespoon. Okay, you gotta shake that mustard. It's been in the refrigerator for a minute. Tablespoon of that. And we also have whole grain mustard, okay? You can actually see the whole grain in that mustard. Oh my goodness, so much flavor in mustard. And a tablespoon of that. And our third and last mustard is Dijon mustard. Okay, 3 types of mustard. I said it was honey mustard chicken, guys. All right. So a tablespoon of each. All right. I'm gonna just use a whisk. Look at that, guys. Made my own honey mustard. You can do it too. And see, now that you know how to make honey mustard, guess what? When you're making those kids a chicken nuggets and chicken tenders and stuff, you can say, you want honey mustard with that? Okay, let me go get you, make some honey mustard for you. Right, honey mustard, real honey mustard. All right, guys, so we have our rub together. We have the honey mustard sauce. Now we're gonna bring over the chicken. So, as I already stated, I'm doing chicken thighs, okay? So I've already washed my chicken and I've trimmed some of the fat on it because chicken thighs tend to have a bit of fat. I did kind of trim it off a bit. If you like to keep yours on, feel free to leave it on. All right, so I'm going to start with seasoning the chicken, okay? So call me a little crazy, but I'm actually going to put on gloves to season my chicken. Don't judge me. I just get freaked out sometimes about meat and contamination and things of that sort, okay? All right, so got my gloves on and I'm just gonna dip my hand right in that rub and I'm just gonna begin sprinkling that seasoning right on in, right on top, okay? I'm gonna actually turn the chicken over as well. Sometimes I start with the bottom and then come to the top. It's a little backwards today, but that's okay. As long as both sides of the chicken gets that seasoning, because you do want there to be a balance with the seasoning when you eat that chicken. Nothing like having the top having seasoning and the bottom is like blah. I'm glad that my oven reminded me that you do want to preset your oven to 375. So it was great timing. Thank you, oven, for reminding me. I do sometimes forget. But the oven is the showstopper because they're going to make sure everything cooks up pretty nice. So I'm just going to turn my chicken back over. And then keep in mind too, you can actually prepare this earlier in the day. If you're making Sunday dinner or something, you can kind of prepare this. You can pour the marinade on, put some saran wrap, put it in your refrigerator for a few hours and let it really marinate in. And then when 5, 6 o'clock, when you're ready to actually make dinner, pop it in the oven. It's going to be super delicious, very juicy, very tasty. But it's still going to be that very same way with us, even though we're not going to put it in the refrigerator because we're actually prepping for dinner in real time. Okay. All right, guys. So I've got my honey mustard marinade. Okay. So we're just going to go ahead and pour that on the chicken. It smells so good, guys. Oh, I wish we had smell-o-vision. All right, I got my gloves on, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get my hands. We'll get the gloves messy. Because we want all that whole grain mustard right on that chicken. Perfect. All right, guys, and we are going to actually bake this chicken in the oven, 375, for about 40 minutes. That time varies depending on your oven. I have an electric oven. I find that sometimes when you have a gas oven, things cook a little faster. And plus, keep in mind, this meat is boneless and skinless, so that cooks a little quickly. So you make sure you use your meat temperature thermometer, your meat thermometer, and make sure that your meat is at a safe cooking temperature of 165. All right. In you go. All right, guys. Timer is done, and we are ready to see our honey mustard chicken. Look at that, guys. Oh, that looks delicious. I am sure it is going to be flavorful for the family. All right, guys. Don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. Simply Taste by Stephanie.